returning viewer. This is my podcast mostly about knitting and some other crafts too, like sewing, a little bit of woodwork and spinning, but mostly about knitting and perhaps sometimes even crocheting, but not right now. As you can hear, I got a cold. I have to surrender and admit that I am having a cold. I have told my husband I am not cold, but yes, I have a cold. But it's the time of the year when kids go back to school and they take all of this pretty fun virus home again. It's not COVID, we have already tested, it's just a regular seasonal cold. So I come in from Sweden. I live in the middle part of Sweden with my husband and our 4 lovely children and my oldest son and maybe the 2 youngest you will meet in this episode, because tomorrow it's the first hockey game of this season this year, or should I say the season of this fall, because they play in the spring too. So it's gonna be some fun stuff if you are into hockey, would say, and are a little bit curious how it will be, or how it is to be a goalie mom, because he's a goalie. But we will talk about that more in the end. I will do this like I do every time. I start with the finished objects and then we go to whips and new cast on and then future cast ons, and then we have a little shadowy in the end. So we can just jump in and start with the finished objects, and it's 3 finished objects this week. Last week I didn't have a finished object at all, so it's more this week. And the first one I will add in a picture over here because I cannot show it to you with just one arm, and it's the Empress jacket that my mom ordered a yarn kit for me last week actually. So I just completed it in a week and I was super scared because it was super big, as you can see. So it's all finished and she have already used it like 4 times and it's super warm. But it was knit in, oh, I don't know where I put it, the label. So it was knit in drops air and drops brushed alpaca silk. So it's pretty warm because it's in alpaca both of the yarn, and it was knitted on 8mm needles and was pretty big, but it not get heavy at all. So I was able to complete it and managed to actually do it, and it was a super fun, joyful, quick knit. I literally didn't even have to look at the pattern after the 3 first repeat I did. So I just sat on the sofa with my husband and knitted in the evenings when we were looking at some TV series and stuff like that. Or should I say, when he was actually playing and I was knitting. That's how it used to go over here. He's playing, I'm knitting. But that's fine. So she loved it and it was super easy, and I realized that the pattern is free on garnstudio.com. I will link it below so you can actually just download it for free. I do have a little bit of an issue with drops design because I don't, before, like when I was knitting something like 3 years ago, the measurement didn't work out. Never a garment fitted, and I have heard so many others say the same. I can do some socks from Drops Design, that's fine, and I can do beanies and mittens and so, but actually garments have not been so fun to do because it's always turned out too small or too big. But now I think they have worked on that, because this one turned out exactly after the measurement, and it fitted my mom perfectly. And also the sweater I did for my husband that I showed in the first episode, it's a drop design, but I had to do a lot of modification on that, because literally I just took the pattern of the border and rest of it I just wing it all over, because the first time I tried it was like a bag on him, like a tent. It was so big, and I used the yarn that was called for, and I used the needles, and I had the right gauge, and I will just pause and actually pick up the sweater and show you what I'm meaning. So here's the sweater I made him. I hope you can see it. And this small dots was meant to be all over the sweater, but I just skipped them and just do 2 rows with it, and I have to take off like, I think it was 326 stitches or something, and it's knitted in the round, and I think I had to take out like 80 stitches, because otherwise it would not fit him, and then it can use it like a tent. It get quite big even this time, because it's knitted in drops merino extra fine, and that's a super wash yarn, and we all know what super wash yarn have tending to do. When you block it, it grows a bit, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty fine, because he usually wear like a long sleeve t-shirt under and so, and he don't like when the garment is fitted. He wants a little bit more airy, but I'm not impressed of their old designs. I cannot say that. So it's, yeah, if you can do some modification on the garments, then you can use them, but watch out, I say, so you don't get disappointed after many hours of work. But that was not a new finished object. But when we are talking about just that sweater, I can tell you that his socks are now finished, both of them. And as you can see, it's the same. Oh, that's the bad side. I will show you the good side. I did a mistake. I will talk about that really soon. So, yeah, he gonna be matchy this summer, this winter, I would say. I'm so tired. This cold is killing me. Oh, it's not. It's just a cold. And yeah, I did a mistake on this one. I was not paying attention when I was knitting, so when I did the switch round and the collar, oh, it's not that good. But anyway, it's just a pair of socks, so I'm not gonna rip it out. The other one is fine, it's fine. But the last one, I was so bored to knitting them, so I didn't pay attention. But he loved them. He's already tried them, and as you can see, I'm not in my comfy corner anymore. Nope, I'm not in my crafty corner. I have moved into my bedroom because it's starting to get really dark in Sweden, and the clock is literally 10 in the morning. It's super cloudy outside, and it's like raining off and on. So I thought if I record in my bedroom, it's the lightest room in my whole house, maybe we have some good light, and I hope it turn out good. And so, and now I'm just rambling about random stuff. That's just me. So his socks is done, my mom's Empress jacket is done, and also my daughter's dress is done, and I have not even blocked it yet because I literally just cast it off my needles when she moved into it. And when I say she moved into it, I really mean that she moved into it, because she's so in love with it. So this is gonna be torn into pieces, this dress too. Probably. But today I told her she cannot use her dress because they was going out to the forest with kindergarten today, so I forced her to have some pants and a sweater on, and she got real angry eyes on me. She is not a pants and sweater girl, she is so much a dress girl, and that's super fun because my oldest daughter, she is totally the opposite. She is more like a boy girl. So I managed to do some type of lace work, cable lace-ish something down on the hem and also on the cuff, because if you watched my last episode, you know that this don't have a pattern. I think I cannot remember that I used the pattern for the old one, so I just wing it and looked on the old dress she had that she had grown out, and it's starting to tear in the armpits and so. And yeah, I managed to do something and it became a dress that she loves, and that was the purpose of this. And this pink is my own handspun merino silk blend fiber that I purchased of Limo Garn. Limo Design, not Limo Garn. I don't know where I said Limo Garn. You see, it's all a mess. Limo Design here in Sweden. I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored of anyone. I'm just talking about things I really do love and really do like. Her spinning fibers, her braids, they are amazing. I have been spinning like, yeah, a lots of different brands for a lots of years, but Limo Designs fiber, it's, oh god, that's top of the line. So if you are able to order your spinning material from her, you will not be disappointed, I promise. But we will talk about that more later on, but I just say it. I highly recommend it. So that was all of the finished objects for this week, and I also have another old finished object. This I have already shown in my first and second episode. I made this skogsnymfjacka in this summer, and it's a Norwegian design. I will link it below, and the pattern is only in Norwegian, and Swedish and Norwegian are pretty similar language, but I could not understand a word. Yeah, I'm not good on Norwegian. I'm not. So I had actually to translate it into English, and that sounds pretty strange maybe, but I prefer to translate everything into English. I don't know why. I also only read books in English too, and I have always done. You see, I cannot even speak, so. And I cannot even speak Swedish anymore, so it's not something with just the English language. It's something that's going on with me, because I cannot find right words in Swedish either, and not pronounce Swedish words in Swedish either right now, because the burnout thing and stuff. Oh yeah, if you're a returning viewer, you know exactly what I'm talking about, so bear with me. It will be better someday, because I have decided it would be better someday. So then it's gonna be better. So that was everything of the finished objects, I think. Yeah, it was all of the finished objects. And I will just remind you that I having a giveaway. I was talking about it in the last episode, and I will also show the giveaway over here, because it run to the 1st of October, so you have time to join the giveaway if you want to. I will talk about it more later on. So, new cast-ons. Of course, I have finished 3 objects, so I have only 3 new cast-ons, we can say. No, I actually only do have 2 new cast-ons right now, but in this evening I will probably have 4 if it goes my way. We don't know that yet. Yesterday, my little son Victory, he's the one who's 5, came to me and said he needs new socks, and he had grown a lot this summer, like, I don't know, like crazy. He and my youngest one have grown like crazy this summer, and he had grown out all of his socks, and yeah, it's nothing left of them either. I think I have tried to repair them like 1,000 times. That's the last time I'm using sock yarn without just natural sock yarns, I would say, because it didn't work out well. So now I'm back to regular sock yarns again for the little ones. And he came yesterday with a drawing picture. He had drawn up a sock. I don't know where I did put the picture. It's fun to show. But he drawn up a sock, and it was striped, and he told me he won, and he had color it too with the color pens. And he would have the cuff in yellow, the stripes in blue, and the heel and toes in yellow too. And that's pretty fun, because if you know something about Sweden, then you know that we have a blue and yellow flag. And yeah, here is the beginning. I started this before yesterday, right before I was going to get to bed. So it's not much done, but I have started it anyway, and I do it on my small circle needles. This is like heaven. I highly recommend these needles if you're not tried them. It's a little bit of a struggle in the beginning before you get the hang of it, but then you just will love them. So it's not a pattern for these socks either. Yes, it is. It's his own pattern. But my grandma have an old way to just measure the foot when you are doing a sock, and then she have write it down on the paper for me, like my son's, my Victor's foot on the most broad part before the toes. You are measure it around, and his measurement was 18 centimeters, and then she has to write down like, then I'm gonna cast on 56 stitches on 2.5mm needles and in finger weight yarn. And the same, I have also like the stitch count, and for 3 and 3.5mm needles too, and up to DK, I think. And I got that piece of paper that she had write down on, like when I was 13, I think. So I have it for a long time, but I have never ever got disappointed. So I just go for it. And I have it for all the sizes from newborn up to size, it will be 45 euro size, I think. And that's good because my oldest son has 45 in shoe size, in euro size. So we have big feet. So now he cannot have bigger feet, so because then I cannot use my old things. And I have to have a new pattern. So probably this will be finished this weekend, because I'm probably gonna work on this in the car when we are going to the hockey game tomorrow, because it's like 2 hours drive from us. So it's, and on the hockey games too, I need to have something to work on, because otherwise I get too nervous to look at them. I will have something in my hand. So soon it will be finished, I hope. I will work on it. Then I also have, no, we will not talk about whip right now. Or we are talking about whip right now. With a new custom, it's a mix today. My shawl I was talking about last week, it had not been so much more work on it. It's pretty much the same. I think I maybe I've done 4 rows or something, because I don't have the time to work on this, because I have to finish the Empress jacket and my husband's socks and my daughter's dress. So, and it's still living in my daughter's beautiful bag she made me, and I love this. I love this. And this used to live over here, so I can knit it when I'm sleeping. No, not when I'm sleeping, but almost. And then I have a super new cast on. It's like burning fresh. Like 1 hour fresh. And it's a test knit for the lovely Ali Fibers art on Instagram and on Ravelry. I will link him below. And I have talked with him. It's totally fine that I'm talking to you right now with talking about this pattern with you, even though it's a test knit, but it's not a secret test knit. And this is so dangerous. I have been following Ollie like for 1 year or something. He does these funny shorties, so I highly recommend you to go in and look at him on Instagram. I highly do, because he's always making my day with his shorties. He's so funny, he's hilarious. And he's such a sweetheart. And I was just done scrolling my flow on Instagram, and I saw this hat that said Coffeine hat, and I'm such a sucker on coffee. I'm literally living on coffee, so I got, ooh, I want that. I will test knit that, because I really want a coffee hat. And I have promised myself I will not do some more test knits for this year. But I couldn't resist. I couldn't. And this is just so lovely. You see it? How nice isn't that? So I'm test knitting this, and I thought yesterday, okay, because I got the pattern yesterday. I get the pattern 2 days ago now. I do have to dye some yarn with coffee beans, because that must be the most hilarious thing to do. If it's a caffeine hat, I need to have dyed yarn with coffee bean. So I did, and this is pretty fun, because if you remember that I was dyeing with walnuts and chestnuts, or was it walnut and hazelnuts, earlier this year, in the summer more, and I got a really lovely color. And I almost got the same. And why did this turn out so green? This is not even funny. This look really ugly on the screen I see. But I will add in a picture, I promise, because this is a really beautiful color. It's not this like pukey greenish tone that is coming out on the camera. Maybe if I showed it like this. Nope, nope, nope. It's not even funny. It's not even look good. I will pop in a picture. But I was starting this. Maybe if I hold it over here, maybe. Almost, but yeah, no. But the colors turned out pretty much the same as the walnut, chestnut, hazelnut. I cannot even remember what I used. I have it right. I wrote it down somewhere. And the funny part of it is that I'm super allergic to nuts like hazelnuts and walnuts and almond and stuff like that. Not chestnut though. So it's a bit of a struggle when I dye yarn with nuts, but I think walnut and hazelnuts give a lovely shine to the yarn, and you don't use to have modification. You can just do pre-boil the dye lot and just put down the yarn, and it will be fine, and the color sticking there forever, almost forever. If you don't over dye it, we say. And now that I know that coffee bean will give me almost the same color, I don't have to use all of this double rubber gloves and face masks and stuff like that, so I don't get an allergic shock, because that's just what I have if I don't are really careful. And it's fine, it's fine. I do have like EpiPens and stuff like that at home if I do go into a shock place, so I do have medication for that, so I'm not gonna die or something, no, but I am pretty careful. And often it's my husband who have to mash the nuts into the pre-boiled dye lots. So yeah, I was dyeing this with coffee bean because as I said, I find it so fun to do it used with coffee all through, because it's a caffeine hat, and I gonna love this one, and I will talk about this again, maybe not before the test knit is running out, because that's the 25th of September, but I will sure notify you when the pattern is going out live and for sale. And also do check him out, because he have other hats and beanies that are really beautiful and funny, because they are not like some other beanies or hats. It's really nice. But this knit is living in my other bag my daughter was sewing for me, so, and I have a few of these now. So that was all about the whips and cast-ons for this week, but as I said, I will probably have 2 more this evening, but I am not able to record when I have cast them on, because I don't have the time. But I do... What should we start with? No, we will start with this. I will cast these on. There you are. This is a Swedish pattern, but I know you can buy it on Ravelry in English too. I will link it below, like I always do. I link everything I'm talking about below, if it have a pattern or so. And this shawl, I will also add in a picture on these. This shawl, I think it's so beautiful, and it's like more an old-fashioned shawl, I think, and that goes so well with my house. If you are a returning viewer, you know I'm living in an old log house, 200-year-old for be exactly, and I just love this shawl. It just talked to me, and this is the danger just with Instagram and Pinterest and things like that. It just pops out. You just see them and you, oh, I need to cast it on immediately, and that's what I'm probably gonna do with this shawl. But I have not decided color yet, because I don't like blue. Nope, that's not my type of color, even though I have blue on these. But this is more like darker blue, and this is more like turquoise. But for this one, it's like blue. No, that's my color at all. So I might go for brown and gray, maybe, or maybe I just go for purple and this off-white color. I think it's light gray though. I don't know where it said. The colorway. Why don't the colorway stand there? Nope, it don't say what the colorway is. Oh, that one. So anyway, it's knitted in two type of yarns. It's knitted in, the pattern is from Järbo. It's a Swedish brand, and it's knitted in Järbo 2-thread wool, and also Järbo's some fine mohair silk, and I think I will go for brushed alpaca instead, because I have a little bit of a problem with mohair. I like to do stuff with mohair, but if I am gonna wear it, I probably gonna go for alpaca instead. It's not itchy also, but my nose gets really itchy of mohair. So probably I will change out the yarn, even though, and I don't like Järbo's 2-thread wool either, because I don't know, I don't like that yarn at all. But it's nothing wrong with yarn, not just me don't liking it. So probably I will start that really soon, and I'm super sorry if you are hearing my dog, because my dog is going like crazy in the hole, and my hole is right over there. And I know they're looking at me. Yeah. As long as they don't bark. I also do have a dog right down on my bed. Right below my bed, maybe it says. But back to the knitting parts. And yeah, it's so true. I gonna cast on a new big garment again. I most possible being really stupid or crazy, because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, but I bought this pattern, I think the same day it came out. Yeah, and then I didn't realize how big Marie Wallin was, because actually I didn't connect Marie Wallin with this pattern, even though it said pretty well on the pattern it's Marie Wallin, but I didn't look up the other pattern on her, because I literally find out the width of Marie Wallin when Knitting with Cat here talked about her and had her first mall a year with Marie Wallin. Now she's on the second one. I will link it too, because I'm highly recommend you, if you are a Marie Wallin fan, to join them all, because all these beautiful Marie Wallin designs. But when she was talking about Marie Wallin, then it just went up for me that, oh my god, this is not her only design. And this is pretty crazy. And now my baby boy is start barking. Huh. I hope he's not gonna continue barking. I think my neighbor are just going out with their dog. Maybe. But so this is the first, actually the first pattern I ever bought from Marie Wallin, and then I just okay, and I didn't know it was a collection either, and it's this beautiful yellow cardigan, and this yellow cardigan have been lying on my desk for since I purchased it and printed out. And I have gone between, what yarn will I choose to use, or am I able to do it when I was working, because I was working full-time job, and with 4 kids and stuff, you don't have the time as I have right now, even though it's a sad story why I have time. But now I thought, when I have been working on the daffodil, and the daffodil is the first one I ever have worked on from Marie Wallin, and I really love her pattern. I do have some fighting to see the pattern because of my eyes and the nerve damage, but I really do love her pattern. It's so well written, and it's so, I should not say it's easy. Oh, you are a beginner, then you have to watch out a little bit, but I think you can manage to go through it. I really do. If you just are going slow and actually do follow the pattern real properly, just follow the pattern carefully and just read the pattern slowly, and then you will manage to finish it. I promise you, because she's a so good pattern writer. I cannot compare her to anyone. Maybe Alistair more than, but yeah. And this yellow cardigan, it's called for Jameson of Shetland Spindrift, and I love Spindrift, but it's so damn expensive to get Spindrift to Sweden. It's super expensive, and I know we have some small companies here in Sweden that actually are holding Spindrift too, but every time I will order, they have run out of the colors I need, and they are too far away, so I cannot just go and pick the yarn up, and yeah, stuff like that. So I have doubt this yarn choice so many times. Should I order it? Should I pay this small, like, a fortune of money to actually do it in the Spindrift in the right colorways and in the right yarn, or should I figure something else out? And yeah, and I did. But now I need to take a little break, because I think my dog is gonna to literally gonna to destroy my living room, because it sung like that. So I will just check, and I will be back in a second. So back, problem solved, and I can just add it away, but no, I'm suck on adding. Sorry for the word choice, but I really do suck. So now we have company. There he is. My beautiful, beautiful baby boy. He's a hunting dog and he's 3 years old. That's my little pup. I do have 6 dogs, but that's my favorite. Shh, don't tell the other one, but he's my favorite. And his name is Falco. And he got crazy because my husband just came home and picked some stuff out, because I have forgot that he was working really short this day, because he's gonna take our Victory to the doctor. It's just a regular health check that they do every year, but I have forgot that totally. So anyway, so back to the beautiful yellow cardigan and the yarn choice, and that I have considered for a pretty long time. And I was ordered this yarn like a month ago or so, so this is also my acquisition for this time, because no, I didn't have something good in the stash. But I had been follow on Ravelry this yellow cardigan and looked and saw many persons that have knitted in Holst Garn super soft, and that's pretty expensive too, but not super expensive to get to Sweden, because it's Denmark and it's also in Europe, so the shipping is not pretty expensive, and it's not this custom feeds and stuff like that. So I was ordering it from Holsgarn directly, and for the main color I ordered this big cone in Oxford, I think this colorway called, because it won't say on the card. Yes, it's to Oxford, and I really love super soft, because as it says, it's super soft. It's not super soft before you block it, but when you block it, it just blooms and becomes super soft, and it fills up so well. So if you're doing color work, super soft is really nice to use, and also when you do lace. But I'm a little bit of scared when I do lace, because I did a lace sweater before in super soft, and actually it bloomed too much, so the holes was disappearing. So be in mind of that. And I had not really decided yet how I gonna put the colors together, but I'm on something, I can say, because I have already chosen the colors, and this is the color I choose for, like, I will see if I can take some of them and just show it. This will be a dark purple. It's turned out like black, but this is called slow. It's Danish. But Danish I can manage, and that's pretty strange, because that's not so similar to Swedish, but Danish I can manage pretty well. And then we have elderberry, and this is more like a lighter purple, not this, like this is more like plume, I would say. This is more like wineish, like, you know, wine grapes. And then we have these beautiful damask, and I was laughing hilarious to this one, because damask is something you use in hockey. And I just said, no, it's not looking like the damask. It's not a long sock. But I love this color. I like these muted tones. And then we have candy floss. And this I have already decided. I was doubting between candy floss and PGP. I think it's called PGP, the other one. Because when I was looking at Knitting with Cat Hair's podcast, and she are knitting her daffodil in PGP, I think it's called. And I thought maybe I should go for that. Maybe. Because I want these instead of the white on the main body part. So I want these one. Oh, this will be pretty hard. Right up here. So it will be more of a color. And I'm not knitting this for my mom. I'm knitting it for myself. So this is strange. I'm using pink. Because I'm not a pink girl. Nope. I'm not so much of color at all. But these I had decided that I will use up there. And then I have these lovely Kingfisher. It's more of a blue-green. I do love them. All of them. I can just have them in the stand on my little desk I have over here in my living room and in my bedroom, and just look at them all the time. Then we have these, and it's just say spring, and literally it's just spring in a little ball of yarn. Ooh. I love this color. Oh, it's not showing up so well. Yeah. And then we have this more like a rusty color, but it's called Cinema. Maybe it's actually can compare it with Cinema. And then we have Almond. Oh, it's show up like white, but it's not white. It's more like a beige headering. Look, did I said Cinema on this? I mean Simonum. Me and pronouncing stuff. Cinnamon, I should say. I had to try to find the word in my head again. Or the pronouncing, I would say. I miss tripping on the words every time I would say something. And then we have this flannel grey. And I love this too. I love all of them. And they have so many shades and colors on whole super soft. And oh, it was a hard time to choose just these few of them, even though it's not few. But I wanted all of them, even though it was pretty much color that I don't even like, but I love them when you put them together. And on their whole website, the picture on the website is really true on the color, because when I was picking up the package and open it, I was a little bit scared, because when you order it online, you know, maybe it's not the same as it show up on the computer screen, but it was exactly the same. So I'm super happy about that. And this I will cast on tonight. I have already told whole my family I will cast on this tonight when I'm looking at some knitting podcast when my two youngest children are going to sleep, because then I have my alone time. The two youngest one, they don't want to spend time with me anyway, because they are hanging out with friends and playing video games and doing some other stuff. So maybe my daughter is sewing something or stuff like that. So that's one of the cast-ons I will do tonight, and also maybe a third one might be the French designed, maybe it's a French Canadian design, I should say, because I think she's French speaking Canadian. I was shown a few episodes ago. I would add in a picture here because I don't have the yarn and the pattern with me. I probably might gonna cast that on too because I really want that sweater. And now when I'm finished with the Empress jacket and I have put my daffodil in the Nordic corner, it's gonna stay in the Nordic corner till I get my lenses. That's something that's for sure. Because in that dark color with the lace pattern and so, I have so hard to see the pattern or the chart I should say, and also I have a hard time to see the actual stitches because it's all melted together. So I hopefully will have my lenses next week because she had to reschedule the appointment. I would this Wednesday, I think. Yeah, it was on this Wednesday. I should have been able to pick my lenses up, but my optician gets struck with COVID, so I have to wait to next week, Wednesday next week now, to pick them up. So we will see. We will see. Probably it will be fine soon. So that was all about the knitting talk, and I have not even done no, I have not been spinning this almost 2 weeks. I have not been sewing. Yes, I have been sewing this 2 weeks. Oh my god, I have been sewing. Now I almost forgot. I have done a bedspread to my daughter, my youngest daughter, a patchwork bedspread. It's not quilted because I didn't manage to quilt it because it was so big and heavy. And the story about that bedspread, I will pop in the picture here, is half of it have my grandma done and the other half I have done. So I had like a bag with unfinished bedspread in patchwork. These beautiful baby king size have also my grandma made, but she's not able to work on that big things anymore, so she used knitting right now. She's not sewing anymore. That's pretty sad though, but I didn't want her to throw it away, so I told her I will take them and I will finish them. And I can tell you like this, I have done patchwork, quite a lot of patchwork in my life, because I was working as a textile teacher too, and that's one of the first thing we do use to learn our student to work with a sewing machine. But I can tell you like this is crazy. The bedspread for my daughter, that's crazy. Lots of work in that. It's have taking her hours and hours and hours to manage to finish the patches, because it's just thin stripes that she have put together in squares, as you can see in the picture. And oh my god, what a bless to have them. So now all of my children have their own bedspread that are patchwork, and it's all some bit of a love from my grandma in all of them. 2 of them it's completely made of my grandma, but to my little ones, Victory and Alva, then I have completed, and this is also homemade of my grandma. So, and I really love them. I do. Maybe it's not the most fashionable stuff, but I love them because I love my grandma. I love her a lot. But now we already are chatting, so can we continue chatting? And I will just went over there and pick up the bag for the giveaway. Hold on, I'm not gone. I promise I'm not gone. And you was able to see my little beautiful baby boy behind me. So, in the last episode, I was talking about the giveaway, and I added in, because I did have some struggle with the editing, so it became after. It came out after I had my visiting with my nerve doctors, and they will not cut me open right now, but maybe they will the week before Christmas, and I hope not. The bleeding are not getting bigger, but it don't getting smaller either. But the good part is that it's not getting bigger in my neck. That means that they maybe have stopped being actually bleedings, and they are now going to healing. But when it's in the neck and in the vertebrae, it takes a very long time to heal up. So I keep my fingers crossed that they don't even think about cutting into me anymore right now, because I know I have 5 more surgeries to do anyway. Oh no, now I know I have six surgeries to do, and I will talk about that more a little later on. So it was not a good or bad appointment, I should say. I lost the word again. It was in the middle. I cannot say it's what happened news or bad news at all. So I decided I do a mix-up. So for the base color, it's this 75 virgin wool and 25 polyamide. And I used this for socks. Oh my god, I have used this base for socks so many times, and it's holding up so well. And this is like a really dark green. I think this is called sapphire or something like that. And it's really beautiful. Really beautiful. And it's 100 gram, and it's 437 yards or 400 meters. So this is the base that goes in the giveaway with that's not a super happy color. It's a beautiful color though, but it's not a super happy color. But here we go. We need some happiness too. So these 3 mini skeins, this is more like a super light pink, and this is more of a coral or peachy one. And sorry for the nails, it's soft from my wood stove and I cannot get it out, even though how much I try to wash my hands. And this is more like a beautiful pink red color. So these is the yarns that goes in the giveaway with, I said you could choose between circular needles or deep ends, but actually I would send off deep ends and circular needles, both of them, and it's a little bit of a mix. It's, I think the smallest circular needles is, ooh, do it even stand on these ones? I don't know, I don't think so, but I will probably, it said 2 millimeters deep ends. It's the smallest one, and the biggest one is 10 millimeters. So, and I don't think 8s are included in these, because it's just some random circular needles. And no, deep end, random deep ends. And also it's just some random circular needles in these, and it's in this lovely bag that my daughter had made, this project bag. And that's the whole story about this, because if you want to join this giveaway, and it's also will be yes, keepers in it, not I thought she said she was out of the small rings, so she could not make stitch markers, but she are making products keeper. She's not finished with it yet. But if you want to join this is going on to the 1st of October. Then we are going to put down all the names in a bowl, and we are going to record when she's picking the winner. So you just have to tell me what you would have in this bag if you are the lucky one. And it's my daughter who have decided this giveaway, so she's the one who's picking the winner in the bowl. So and she's pretty curious what you should have in the bag if you are the lucky one to win this. And that's all you have to do to join the giveaway. And the giveaway was a little bit of a happy thing. We're going to darker times now here in Sweden. Somebody is going to light times, but we are going to darker times, and we need to have some joy and comfort in our crafting. So we decided that it was time to have a little giveaway and share some love. And we need to share some love sometimes. And also to celebrate some good news, or to be more like a comfort if it was bad news. But no, they don't want to cut to me right now, so I'm pretty happy about that, and I hope it stays that way, because I'm not up for this anymore. I think I cannot manage another surgery. But anyway, I do know I have 6 surgeries to go. So they have to try to reconstruct the shoulder, because that's just a bad mess. And they also have decided to put in some electric type of things in my neck to try to I don't know how I should explain that, but they would try to manage to reverse nerve pains with some electricity or something like that. It sounds pretty scary. And I'm not sure if I'm up to it, but they say it's gonna be a lot more better of it, so I will see. But I can tell you like this, I'm not going to actually allow another surgery this year, because I need to rest, and I have decided it's gonna be no to next year for my own health. Sorry for the break. It was just my daughter who's calling that she's going home from school now. Or no, she's taking the bus home from school. So anyway, that's what I have decided. It's not gonna be any more surgery this year, not before Christmas even. They have to wait to next year, because I cannot manage another surgery this year. I'm so super tired of everything of it, and I'm just starting to getting back to actually to be a mom, to actually have the strength to become a mom again. Not a mom again, but becoming back to being a mom, and actually do have some energy to take care about my children, because this has been a hard almost 6 months now. So I will try to reorder, can you say reorder myself? No, you can't, but I would try to manage to find some type of energy to keep on fighting, keep on working to become better, I think. But I'm not sleeping well. Nope. I do have some anesthetic patches now that I set on my shoulder that make me numb with my whole shoulder, but nerve pain is not going away. Anyway, but the muscle pain is going away, so that's a little bit of a relief now. Yeah. So something good. But they are always telling me, because now I have actually meet a new doctor or specialist on a pain clinic here in Sweden, and she have helped me a lot, because she told me we have to put out these small fires, all of the other pain that they can manage to actually take away in one another way, and then it's just left me with the nerve pain. But when we are taking down these small fires, that also make it more, I will not say comfortable, because nerve pain is not comfortable, and not my nerve pain, because it's coming right from the roots in the vertebrae. It's something really strange nerve pain and horrible, but it's more manageable to handle. But it's always worse in the nights when I trying to relax. Then it's coming like a little devil itself, and just, oh, do you remember me, your friend the nerve pain? And we are not friends. Me and nerve pain is not friends. So anyway, we don't have to ramble about bad stuff, because bad stuff is going on everywhere right now anyway. So it's gonna be a cold winter in Sweden. Have you looked on the Finnish knitting stories with the crazy electric prices in Finland? I can tell you it's the same here in Sweden. And yeah, old house in the countryside, and they are threatening to put out the electricity on a regular basis on the countryside, even here in Sweden. So yeah, anyways, I'm a farmer. If you don't give me my electricity, I don't give you your potatoes. Because I'm not able. If I don't have the power, I cannot work anyways. So what should you do? And I'm not a big farmer. I used to do my farming for my close bys. But a big farmer, yeah, how do they gonna manage this year without power? That's gonna be fun. And gas prices, oh my god, they are trying to kill us all, I think. But I also do have, she has now installed a wooden stove. I did install a wooden stove last summer, and I'm super happy about that, because it's don't only heat my whole house, it's also to make me able to cook food if they decide to shut the power off in my countryside. I don't think they do, because I'm not living in the worst part of Sweden, not the south. The south is struggling a bit more than we do. But I also do have this crazy electric bills to pay in a way. So if I don't have to use my electric stove, I'm happy. And we do always use our wood stove this time of year anyway. So it's just waste of energy to use the other one. But it's sad it's going this way. So anyway, we need socks, we need cardigans, we need blankets. So I have a lot of things to knit, but I am enjoying to knit, so that's fun. And now somebody's calling again. Hold on a second. So it was nothing important anyway. So that's what I've been up to this week, and we have make apple juice also, because the apple is so ready to harvest now. They are really big and beautiful, and they are so sweet and juicy. So we have make a lot of apple juice this weekend. Now it's weekend again, but it's last weekend. So it's going well, I think. It's just me that's cold. I don't think I have so much more life updates. Anyways, it's like a month to go to take the potatoes up right now, so that's so much work on the actually farm now. And if you did watch looked at my last episode, you saw my other crazy dog got a butterfly on his ear when he was smelling some flowers, and I thought it was hilarious. So I just edited that picture in, and he's out working right now. And my mom is out working. He's a tracking dog. He's tracking hurt animals. He's tracking lost peoples, and even though it's been a car accident with wildlife and stuff like that, he's out working. And today he's out working on one of the hardest call, and that's when some person is lost. And he has been out working like every day now since last week, because it's an old man in another little town that's really close by, and we got our hunting ground right there. That he's lost. It's an old man. He's 80 years old, and they cannot find him. So Sigge, that dog it's called, is out working. He's been working with the police and also with the military in that area now. And I hope with God, I'm not religious at all. I'm not a believer, but I hope with God they find him, because for the family's sake and peace. So hopefully he will turn out. I don't think it's gonna turn out good. No, I don't think so, because it's have been really cold and we have a bad weather. It's have been storming. It's been raining like a lot. No bad words, but it have not been the best condition to being out of your house in the night, and not for so long now. So I hope they find him. I don't know him at all. We don't know him. We are just up for this type of service. I'm more up to the type of service when it's come to when some hunter have messed up pretty well, and I have to track down the animal with this guy. And he's a hunting dog too. He's hunt with me and my dad. But I'm not hunting anymore. As you see, it don't go. It don't work. But anyway, I don't think I should keep on rambling on about crazy stuff. This is gonna be a really long episode, and I will try to edit in a little bit of a snippet of a hockey game too. So I'm sorry for this long episode, but it's always this comfy to talk about knitting and stuff like that with people who do knit too, because I really don't have any friends who do knit. I just have my grandma who's knitting, but that's just her. No, nobody else actually. It's just me. So anyway, I hope all of you are well, and I will appreciate so much if you are joining my giveaway, and also if you just want to talk about knitting or crafting. And it's so fun to read all the comments and to reply to all the comments too, and start a little bit of a chat. And That's nice. And I hope all of you take good care of yourself and your loved ones, and to have a lot of time for crafting and a lot of time for some family times and just rest and take it easy. And I hope I will see you in a week or two. Bye!